like to open with banter. It relaxes everybody, you know. Guys, so it is. We got a guest. Got Robin, friend of Mister Platinum Rob here, and we're glad to see him. Actually, I like it's all coming back to me. I remember the conversation, and good to see you. It's rare we have guests these days, and I already have a feeling we're gonna have a good show.
I feel like a guest. It's been so long.
Terrence, like we can't even. We just roll with the punches. You out there doing real life hero stuff. Well, actually, you and Rob, but yours is more unpredictable. You know, you don't punch in and out. It's just when they need you, they need you. So yeah, Terrence, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Good to be back in the seat behind the mic.
Good. And we're gonna go back to Robin because I didn't. We were all just talking, and then I just went away from him. Robin, how are you doing, sir?
I am doing well. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me here. And pleasure to be back. Pleasure to see everybody, and happy to answer and talk about all this stuff tonight. That keeps me off the streets.
I don't know how old you are, Robin, but like, there's nothing that.
Carbon dated, I think I'm about 42. So.
Okay, so you're around our age. So you already know there's nothing outside at night when it's dark.
Yeah,
there's nothing out there.
There's nothing for me except for achy joints in the morning.
And that's exactly it. And I would be outside around this time, younger. Like, what the hell was I doing? Like, like it's dark and cold out here. And the crazy people out here. Yeah, just go in the house. There's nothing out there.
Just stay indoors.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to cause any trouble. So
there's nothing out there. Trouble find you. But let's get to Rob, the other Rob. We're gonna have two. We got Robin and we got Robert. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure.
I know this out. It's gonna be chaos.
How are you doing, sir?
Doing all right. Running on no sleep because my fire alarms are going off all night and I couldn't get them to turn off. Eventually, carbon monoxide emitters. It took me like 30 minutes to track down which one was actually causing everything to go off. It wasn't a fire or anything. It was the one in this room here. Mm-hmm. So I ended up taking them all down, pulling all the batteries out, and then in the morning, hitting them with some air and seeing just all the dust and spider parts flying out. I'm like, oh, maybe that's why they went off in the middle of the night. I should probably check this more often, not once every 5 years.
Alarms at night are no fun. I have like home security, and my alarms went out, and it's like, it's a weird thing. You're the man in the house, so you got to go check it out. Your wife and the kids are waiting, but it's like I don't want to go down there either. So I remember going down there and like the door had just opened up and we couldn't hear it from I was like, there's no way anybody got into this house. It's just not. It's going to be a lot of effort unless they know I have like platinum and jewels in here. Like nobody's coming in here. It's like the gate doors. And
it ended up being a good trial run, knowing that. They won't wake up until like the fifth time the alarm goes off, so I'll be the one pulling them out of the fires if one ends up happening here.
Deep sleepers, huh?
Yeah. So. It's that, but then like if like a pin drops, I'll wake up. Like if my wife tells me all the time, like everything could be happening around me while I'm sleeping, and I won't hear it. But if the cats are like outside meowing, like I'll wake up. What is that noise?
It's what we tune into.
Yeah. All right. So we had a couple of things on deck, and unfortunately, life has been blocking me from a couple of things. But the last thing I really watched and that grabbed me was Marvel Zombies. I had recommended to a couple of people, maybe 3 or 4 people, and like one person didn't like it. And this was actually something that I had no expectations. I wasn't even going to watch it. And someone convinced me, my friend Damon, shout out to Damon. And I I'm like, I don't want to watch this shit. It's the same animation from What If, which is like horrible. Like we're not gonna go down that road, but What If it's just terrible. It got worse over time. But I'm like, I don't want to watch this. And it started out kind of, what was it, Kate,
Riri,
Marvel,
and
right?
Kamala.
So it almost had the formula for what we've been watching. I'll just say that. And I'm like, what's going on? And then people started dying, like terribly. And I'm like, okay, I'm into this. I ended up watching all 4 episodes in one sitting.
Same.
And yeah, it was. I thought it was a very good alternate reality story. I know in some of these zombie things, you gotta depower some of the heavy hitters for the catastrophe to happen, so to speak. But I thought this was some of their best animation work and story, like in a long time. I know 2 of you gentlemen didn't watch it, but Robert, you checked it out, right? What did you think?
Yeah, I think hearing you guys talking about it made me want to get into it, because the only thing I could remember is the episode from What If, which
was a bad episode.
Turned it into a joke, basically. Yeah. It wasn't a very good introduction, but yeah, once just out of nowhere, Kate Bishop just dies. I'm like, yes. Oh, okay, Amanda...
obliterated.
Yeah.
Like she was obliterated. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. We're serious. And it had blood and everything. And there was a couple jokes here and there, but for the most part, it was pretty serious.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like the way that they did it with Zombie Thanos and the Nova Corps, like blocking Earth from access to anything else and stuff. That was really cool.
You want to know, I had an idea that it happened, like it was going to be something like that, because in DC Deceased, I remember, the Deceased, the lanterns had blocked off Earth. I was like, why wouldn't they show up? And it was a nice little twist. It was like No Hope in that whole 4-parter.
Like the whole planet is just quarantined. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, like you're just going to die. And there was just no hope, and people were dying. The Submariner scene in the raft was really good when it was like straight out of a horror flick. People were dying, and it was just, I was so entertained by it. I don't know why. I was like, this was just really unexpected.
Well, they made it pretty harrowing, and there was actually stakes. So you didn't know who was going to survive. They were actually killing people off. So
I will say this. I've reached my quota. I'm at my max for Red Guardian. Like, I'm just done. I'm done with the character. Like, it's just, I was waiting for him to die. Like, I couldn't wait for him to die. Like, it was just like, oh my God. Like,
yeah, he was a little overwhelming in the Thunderbolts, and then he's just here doing it again.
Yeah, it was just like, gosh.
We get it, the enthusiastic Russian cliche. We got it.
Relax. It was a bit much. It didn't ruin anything. Nothing in there ruined anything to my. I'm trying to remember. I only watched it once. I watched the second episode twice. But the journey and some of the fights were pretty good.
Pretty creative use of their powers too.
Yeah, Infinity Hulk. That last stand at the end. Scarlet Witch versus Thor. And even Marvel and Icarus. It was pretty good.
That was cool.
Yeah. So like Robin, Terrence, like if you had time, like I would check it out. Like I had no expectations. I really did. I'm like, this is going to be shit. So there's no,
it'll take less than 2 hours to watch all 4 episodes. So they're not the longest episodes. So it's a quick watch.
Yeah, they move pretty fast too. I think the third one might have been the slowest one. And that's only because they weren't technically moving. They were in the raft, and it was traveling. But the first 2 episodes, they were like driving cross country, and like it was just a lot of the scenes kept changing. But the third one was probably the slowest. But that. Wait, they ended up in Asgard in the third one, right? Didn't or was that the fourth one?
In Wakanda?
No, Asgard, when they got the new Asgard.
Oh, the new Asgard. Yeah. That's right. Yeah,
that was third episode.
I think so.
Okay, so even that didn't last long. So like, definitely check it out. Whoever's listening, if you're like me and did not like What If, I don't know how people are viewing that. Viewing how they remember those shows, but I didn't really care for them. But this was really good, so like, definitely check those out just in time for Halloween, and watch some of your favorite MCU characters get ripped to shreds, like literally ripped to shreds. So, on this, I'm going to turn it over to you, Robert, in regards to Peacemaker. Season 2 dropped. How many?
We got 8 episodes. The last one just came out yesterday.
Okay. Oh, yesterday?
Yeah.
I thought it was over. Okay. All right. I'll get on that this weekend.
Yeah, yesterday was the finale, and it's a long episode too. It's like hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
Which is weird because they stuffed everything into that last episode. All the other episodes are like 35 minutes long, maybe 40 at the max. Some of the earlier ones.
Okay. Oh, you take it away. I did not watch this yet. Don't worry about spoiling anything for me. So
yeah,
go ahead and go for it.
All in all, I enjoyed the season. I like the way that they're not gonna. I mean, we kind of assumed they were gonna try to do like a universe swap with his dad's temporal quantum unfolding closet or whatever he had that went into that singularity. Where he kept all his weapons, but instead James Gunn just gave us a recap of last season and changed a couple words here and there. Adebayo mentioning the Justice League was changed to the Justice Gang. The scene at the very end where a Peacemaker tells Aquaman to go fuck fish or whatever he does, they changed it to the Justice Gang being there instead of the Justice League, and they were talking to Green Lantern and Hawk Girl. So they basically just made it to, okay, first season of Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad exists within James Gunn's DCU now, without having to kind of like, oh, well, that's out of continuity. He wanted to keep his stuff in there, and he just changed a couple things retroactively. And I think he even said in an interview that he wants to go back and re-edit the first season altogether just to make it flow better into this season, in case people want to go back and watch it. But past that, I would say this season's a bit more serious. I wouldn't say a lot more serious. It's still funny. It's got a lot of ridiculous stuff, but it deals with a lot of like rejection and trying to fit in. Peacemaker, obviously wasn't a hero, even though he tried his best. He got kicked out of Argus. A whole team got kicked out of Argus because of them calling out Amanda Waller. She had them all kicked out. That's why they created or Amanda Waller is doing the Creature Commandos now, because she's not in charge of. She can't be in charge of human criminals anymore because of the way that she treats them. But it's very James Gunn. I don't want to say that he's being a little too on the nose with today's political climate and online culture, but he definitely is making some statements, some subtle, some not so subtle. And I would have to say some of his choice in music is a little off-putting at times. One example, I'll go ahead and say this last episode when they were doing the showing off the universes, they were going through the quantum singularity, trying to, show off. It was kind of serious, but the song that was playing was a Steel Panther song about what is it? Why doesn't your heart stop fucking me in the ass? Yeah. I was like, and they kept saying it over and over again. I'm like, this is really taking me out of this scene that they're trying to have. And it says it over and over and over and over again. It is very off-putting.
I need to watch that.
Yeah. And I don't know if there's if they're trying to lead up to something with Rick Flag Sr., but his behavior in that last episode compared to the rest of the season was totally flip-flopped. Like, you leading up to that last episode, you could tell that he cared about Argus. He cared about what he was trying to do. He obviously hates Chris, our Peacemaker, because he killed his son. Right. But he was still trying to do his job. But the last episode, they were sending people into these random worlds and they were dying, and he was laughing and drinking champagne, and it's like, is this the same person? Okay. So yeah, it's weird, but all in all, I enjoyed the season. I look forward to see what it is cluing us into with whatever comes out next. I don't know if it's Lanterns or Supergirl, but yeah, I think I liked it. It was good. There wasn't anything I didn't like really, except for some of the musical choices, I think.
Robin and Terrence, you guys watched Peacemaker?
Yes. I would second Robert's assessment of Peacemaker and James Gunn specifically. The the musical choice at times, and that's, going back to Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, and Marvel, has a tendency to take it out. I think, and I forget the context. I think we were talking about Man of Steel when we were playing Monster Hunter one time. Yeah, it was James Gunn's greatest strength is also one of his greatest weaknesses is his own ability to undercut a serious moment or a poignant moment with his own jabs or his own sense of humor or his own musical placement. Mm-hmm. And I think the musical choice from last night, the last episode, even though as comical as it was, like, it seriously does take you out of it. And that scene specifically, like, it does explain quite a bit and it gets you amped for whatever is coming up next. But like, you're so far removed from it that it's like, why the hell are you doing this?
Because of the music.
Yeah, he takes you out of it. And I don't know if that's him not wanting to take himself so seriously, because the other side of that pendulum is Zack Snyder and a 4-hour biblical, cut of 25 minutes of Aquaman taking off his sweater and people chanting something in Nordic, which is equally cool, but very serious, and people get pissed off about that. But yeah, so like, I get it, but it was a good season. Like, I like that James Gunn has the helm of DC now, and they're not taking themselves so damn seriously. Mm-hmm. Which I think Zack Snyder has a tendency to do, which I think was cool for the time, like that mid-2000s range, because you were coming off the back of Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. There was a time and place for that, but like, now we have the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now we have, like, everything doesn't need to be taken so seriously. So, long story short, yeah, I think it's great. I think it's humorous. I think it's fun again, and I think it was a great season.
Okay. What about you, Terrence? What did you get out of this season?
Yeah, everything Robin said. I think James Gunn is doing a really good job guiding the ship so far. It's a nice little building block on top of what he's done with Creature Commandos and Superman so far. On the song aspect, it didn't take me out of it just because of the things that were happening during the, like, multiverse scenes or whatever, when they're going through different doors. It's like, it was somewhat dark but funny at the same time, because the people that died, they're not characters that we knew or spent any time with anyway. So it's just like, they're just fodder. So the song being kind of out of place. I can't even really remember anything about the song, like how it sounded or anything, except for that one line, "Stop fucking my heart in the ass." Because I remember I'm like, wait, are they saying what I think they're saying? And then I looked at the subtitles. I've always got subtitles on, and I'm like, yep, stop fucking my heart in the ass. So I'm like, okay. That's an interesting song, but yeah, it didn't take me out of it, and I'm struggling to even remember like how it sounds. So it didn't really stick out to me that much. And the title song, which I remember before I even got a chance to watch an episode, somebody went, "Oh, the new intro sucks," but it really grew on me. And then hearing it again at the end of this episode, I was like, yeah, that grew on me. I kind of fuck with this song now.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So yeah. Beyond that, I think James Gunn is doing his thing. There weren't a lot of moments throughout the season where I felt like this is too funny and over the top, and he's undercutting his drama too much with the comedic moments. It felt like it was just the right blend. Whereas I thought in Superman, sometimes he kind of went over the top with stuff. I think for this show and these characters specifically, they work with his mindset, because obviously he likes to take the obscure DC characters because no one is as attached to them, and he can kind of do whatever he wants and make them jive with his sense of humor. Whereas with Superman, some things were just like, I'm sitting there like, I wouldn't have done that. But that's a different story. So yeah, it was really good. They deepened the bonds between the characters. I think they managed to make me even like Economos a little bit more. I love everything about Eagly. And Tim Meadows, he was a standout. Always,
he's great.
He's always I like Tim Meadows.
Yeah, he's cool.
And the woman playing Sasha Boudreaux, Sol Rodriguez. So she's, I don't got much more to say about her than. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
I was wondering when I heard that Bordeaux was going to be in there if they were going to bring in Checkmate, and yeah, we got them at the end. That's the team that they form.
Yeah. So another winner in my book. The franchise is going in the right direction. So
yeah.
Well, that's
you brought up something that I forgot to say. The intro song, I did like it, but the dancing it didn't fit the tempo of the song, and it was way too similar to the first season. I was like, okay, the song is good, but the dance is, why are they doing the same dance again? Or similar dance, but yeah. This is the only time, like last season, I didn't skip any of the intros. This season, I skipped them all except for the last one. Just because I couldn't remember it.
That's great. Okay, that y'all giving me more motivation to check that out.
Vigilante is fucking awesome. I love him.
Yeah. Oh man, he is so good.
I'm wondering if James Gunn was trying to do a Deadpool with him, but not so obnoxious. I mean, he is obnoxious, but not to the same level as Deadpool is. I don't know, but yeah, I really liked him. His character is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all got letter grades for the season? What would you?
I'd give it an A. There's really nothing that. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as like giving it like 100%. I'd give it like maybe a 90, 95 if I was to do that for like an A. There's nothing really inherently, striking against it other than, the few little things. But those are just like personal issues. I can see. I'm sure in his mind he had a reason and a logical placement for all that music and why it was there. But just that, a few things didn't hit with me. But I'm not gonna score it harshly.
Yeah, I would say A-. Like it's tight. It's on point. Like it fits in this new realm. It's fun. And it's got serious beats, and it's just a good watch, and like that's what you need. I loved it. Thought it was great.
Yeah, I would also give it a solid A.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. I'll get on that. That's my homework. going into next week. Um, okay, so next thing I want to get into, game came out. What was it last week? Ghost of somebody help me with the name there.
Yotei.
Yotei.
Yotei. Yeah.
So uh, I played the first one, Ghost of Tsushima, which was good. Playing the second one, and I want to be fair, but like so far, it's really really good, and I've been playing since I think it dropped last Thursday. I've really done any like story stuff. Like the one boss I killed is part of the intro, so that couldn't be avoided. But it's a great looking game, just like its predecessor. It's a little more dense, and I mean that in a good way. Like you can't go too far without somebody saying like, "Hey," or one of those birds popping up and like, "Hey, go over here." And they have like ends where there are bounties on the boards, and they're just vendors all over. A lot of stuff that can sidetrack you in a good way. Like most of the sidetracks are beneficial to you as far as like power ups, armor, things like that. I have to check my time, but I've been. I hope nobody from my job is listening, but I work from home on Fridays. Like I did a little work. I really been playing this all day. It's like I did some of the work that was kind of time sensitive, but I wasn't looking for work today. Like I was playing this, and it's on my screen now. You see me looking over. It's I'm looking over at the game. I can't say enough good things about it. Actually, I don't know what the big hubbub was when the game dropped. The woke accusations, whatever that means, but I know it can't be because it's a female protagonist, because she's not the first and she won't be the last. Um, have any of you guys been playing?
Yes.
What you got to say?
Um, uh, before I go off, has anybody else been playing?
Just me, I think.
Not me. Yeah.
All right, cool. So I played the first Ghost of Tsushima. I slept on it initially because I was in God of War mode. And what's funny about that is that Rob came up for his birthday, came to Denver, brought a PlayStation with him. He's like, here you go. Played God of War, got Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut, got through the intro, slept on it for a couple of months, went back because I didn't have anything to play, played the intro again, and then played the game and was floored. Just absolutely floored. It remains one of my favorite games, remains one of my favorite intros ever. And then when I heard, Ghost of Yotei was coming out, it was, okay, this is going to be amazing. Put in time off work just to play this game. Just because, I was dialed in, wanted to play it. Beginning of the year, Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out, and I thought, all right, I'll give this a try. This will hopefully scratch the, samurai itch, because I've played Ghost of Tsushima every which way I can. Shadows is okay in its own right. It doesn't. The thing about Shadows is that I don't give a crap about anyone or anything.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that hooks me about Tsushima and Yotei respectively is that I care about the characters. I care about everyone that you run across. I care about the world that you live in. Like, it just hooks you. It's an open world game, and as everybody knows, the thing that an open world game suffers from is putting enough stuff in it to make it interesting and not redundant. I think this has the perfect formula of making it feel like I'm going to go to a raider camp and I'm going to screw everybody up. I'm going to steal a bunch of stuff. I'm going to, power up. I'm going to level up. I'm going to, like you, I think I've only done 2 of the main storylines. I killed the snake and the Oni. I don't want to progress in the story because there's just so much.
It's a lot to do.
It's a visual masterpiece. Like, every interaction is incredible. The landscapes are incredible. Like, it is one of those games where you live in that world. The other, aside from Tsushima, Red Dead 2 gives me that vibe of I just want to be in this world. It's everything that I wanted this sequel to be in a little bit more. They didn't do anything crazy to the formula from the first game. They didn't do anything gimmicky. They made the necessary tweaks to the combat. My parry timing still sucks. The cool stuff that they did with this center pad and like doing the ink and like flipping fish, and those are cool little touches.
The camping.
The
camping is great. Yeah.
And it's just phenomenal. I do not understand. I will never understand. And it has to be trolls. It has to be online trolls.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap what gender, what species, what race of, whatever character you play as. If the story is engaging and you're having a great time, who gives a shit? Like, it's incredible. It's an incredible game. And like, people obviously are playing it. Like,
yeah, it's done well.
Yeah.
It's done well.
A plus, man.
This game made me think, as far as I say distract like it's a bad way, but you get sidetracked. The only thing that really comes close, I played Red Dead. Red Dead's another beautiful game. Red Dead, Black Flag. That's another game where like it's like I was on the ocean for days when I needed to be on land doing some things. Like I was looking for shipwrecks and fighting those ghost ships that were in upgrading the ship, and it had nothing to do with the story. It was just fun to do, and like you were just soaked into the game. Horizon, I think it was the first one. That one had a lot of side quests pop up on you, and it was reminiscent of that, but it was just different. Sometimes in these games you get like barriers or borders, like you can't go this far. Like I've run into one, and it's in the southwest, and I had noticed the outline on the fog. I was like, what the hell is that? And they were like, you can't go in here. But like some of the areas, like you're in the plains and you can go right or left. I'm in the northwest right now, after the Oni, in that area. And I'm today for a couple of hours, I was chasing altars like that. I found the merchant who marks off the important stuff on the map. I buy all his things, and I'm just chasing those for a couple hours, and I'll do a couple side things here and there. But the game, like I'm happy. I'm happy, really happy with this game. I always liked like this era, this culture, whether it's Japanese or Chinese. This time period. Like I was just playing Wukong. I was going on my revenge tour on that, and then I stopped and got back on this. And I was going to play Shadows, and it's just I had been away from Assassin's Creed for so long. When they started doing that RPG type format, it was like I kind of retired at the Black Flag, which was a great game. That's another beautiful game. That was on PS3. Is that PS3? The game looked great on that system. But if you guys have like this is it. Like really, right here. You're talking about your parrying being off. I forgot how to do standoffs for like I was like why do I keep messing up on them? And I got it now. Like I got it now. But yeah, I'm stealth. all that's coming back to me now, and I'm playing on hard right now too. So like in the beginning, like I didn't have any armor. I just had her regular stuff. I didn't have any of the charms.
Yeah.
And if you're fighting for your life in the beginning,
You are.
and then it gets to a point where like you're comfortable now. I was sneaking in the front gate. Like if I'm awake, like I'll challenge her for a standoff. Like walk right up to the front door and like, hey, like let's do it. Did you finish all the dueling trees yet?
I did.
Did you fight the guy?
I did.
Did you fight him on top of the mountain?
No, I've been on Reddit. Apparently, like the fight with him is gnarly.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to it.
He kicked my teeth in quick, and I was just I was like, I'll be back. Like, have you been to the top of the mountain yet? Because I went up there it's beautiful. Like
it's stunning. The draw distance is incredible.
Yeah, it looks great, and it's funny when I was up there and saw the campsite, and I'm like, what is all of this? And now I see why. Like it's the meeting place for this the swordsman who might be the hardest guy on the game, and he's not even essential to the story. Somebody you just stumble onto. So I'm loving it right now. I don't want it to end. I don't know what I'm gonna do when it ends. I don't even know what to do with the rest of my life. Yeah.
I know it's missing a new game plus, which I know will roll out. The thing that's real quick because I can beat this horse to death. The couple of things that I find really cool as additions are I love the addition of the wolf. Oh man, the wolf den and having her as a homie, that's cool. The thing that I was the most worried about was as Atsu having this just kind of lame revenge story and a lame series of like 6 villains. They made Lord Saito like you empathize with him, and I don't know how much you read of his scrolls. Like you collect different scrolls.
I think I have 3 or 4 right now.
If you take the time to read those, and I don't know if you have, he's got a pretty tragic backstory, and the thing that I love is a villain you can empathize with because that gives him a layer of depth and complexity. It doesn't give him a get out of jail free card for pinning a kid to a tree and having the Oni light it on fire. But like, I can understand why this cat has a vision for the North and like he's as cruel as he is. That being said, I'm going to smoke this dude as hard as possible. Right? Like, I'm glad. And I'm glad they took the time to distinguish the style of combat between Jin Sakai, a very samurai, very formal, who's, becomes the ghost. Right?
Yeah, he was fighting with his honor in the first one.
Which, God, and I was just talking to Rob last night about it. One of, if not the best intro to any game ever, like the first Ghost, versus Atsu's style, which is down, dirty, mercenary. Like she doesn't give a shit. The more I unpack this game and the more I play, I can't say enough about it.
Did you fight the what's his name? Isaito? Did you fight him yet?
I fought him the first time
in that castle over. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know this was story related. I didn't want to know any story stuff, and that was a good encounter too. I was telling Rob I ran into him and the Oni, and like he got away from me. I accidentally did those story missions. I was like, no, like I wasn't ready to fight him yet, and like I didn't really have a chance to fight him. So like, good.
Yeah, it's everything that I wanted and more. And New Game Plus I know it's going to be coming. I don't know if they have DLC planned for it. I hope they do. Iki Island in the first Ghost of Tsushima game.
That was good. And
did Tsushima have New Game Plus?
It did eventually. Yeah, okay. It didn't have it at launch either, but they fixed that. But some games, like honestly, like you don't need to play them again. Like for me, it's like I don't need to play this again. And I usually play my games on hard mode because they cost too much. I don't want to go through them I like quickly. Like I just want to enjoy them, and no matter how painful that can be at some times. But great game so far.
Incredible.
Yeah. Let me see. What's next? Alien Earth. You want to take that one?
Sure. Terrence, did you see that?
I did.
Okay, cool. Good to roundabout here. So I'm trying to think. I know it takes place. It's between Romulus and Covenant, I think.
What I read, maybe I read a wrong synopsis somewhere, but it was 2 years before the first Alien.
One. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then if you're expecting this to be strictly about the xenomorph, it's in it, but this is more about, I would say, the hierarchy of businesses on Earth, specifically Yotei, the Prodigy, and whatever the other one is, who are making androids, hybrids, and cyborgs, essentially, on Earth. And harvesting alien technology to, augment their finances and their just their bioweapons divisions. I think it continues the trend of everything going awry because of stupid people. That just happens to be always the aliens. Unfortunately, the excuse they use this time is that half of the cast are children put into adult bodies. So yeah, the main crusp is that this super smart guy created android bodies, but the ability to put basically transfer your mind into these robots, and he was testing them out on terminally ill children. They were going to die anyway, so he tested them by putting their minds in these bodies. So now they're 8, 12-year-olds in like 25-year-old bodies now, so they act like kids, and that obviously leads to problems when they don't understand what's going on around them. The show is particularly gruesome, though, especially the eyeball octopus. That thing is gross. There's the stuff that it does; it's just nasty. I think the show is pretty good. I'm not sure where they plan on going with it, especially because we don't know where they found all these aliens from. The ship that crashes on Earth. We don't have any connection to David, who genetically altered the black goo to make the xenomorph as we know it today. You would think that ship came from that planet, maybe. And then it leaves it kind of open-ended towards the end with the kids. I'm hoping it gets a second season just to kind of clear some out, or they clear it up in whatever next movie. I know Romulus is getting a sequel. But overall, I enjoyed watching it. Again, I don't know what the hell what?
How many episodes is that?
It's 8, I believe, also. But they're like hour long, so they're long episodes. And this is another show where I don't know why, but the show ends with early 2000s heavy metal or rock music.
Yes.
I was like, what? Why? Why is Tool playing right now? Like, what does that have to do with this right here?
Yeah, this was one where they would take me out of it, but at least it was kind of real.
It was in the credits. Yeah. That was the only thing. But again, it was like, okay, Alice in Chains is playing right now. Why? But again, like Terrence said, it was in the credits, so it didn't really, that was just something to make a note of. It didn't ruin the show for me at all. But I think it's decent. It has some, it could open up some doors to adding some more interesting stuff in the future, especially with the the advent of like humans with cybernetic implants and more onto the synthetics.
And Terrence, you watched it?
I did, yeah. Me and the wife watched it. She enjoyed it. She's usually not like big into sci-fi stuff, but you know, you put a good monster in there and some put a good monster in there, some action, some gore. She's in. It wasn't like too heady. Like it asks some questions, but kind of leaves things out there for you to figure out. At times, like you got to kind of go into it with the right mindset, because I believe that a lot of people thought it was going to be like, yeah, we're in the hunt for this alien or aliens every episode, and times it feels more like a Blade Runner TV show than an alien show, because it's a exploration of if your mind is transferred into a robot body, are you still human, or are you just a robot that thinks you're human because you have these memories of a previous life? So it asks those type of questions and kind of leaves it open-ended for the viewer to, resolve for themselves. Like, because if the characters ask those questions and like nobody's got an answer, it's just kind of like whatever you believe to be the case is true. Are you something new? Are you still the person you used to be? So that's what I liked about it. Like Rob said before, you do get your dose of alien action too, and they introduce a lot of other types of species too. There's a eyeball thing that will it will take your eyeball out and attach itself as your new eyeball, and it completely takes over your body. And I forgot what the name for it was. They gave it a name, but he was like, if you go on any forum, any website talking about Alien Earth, he's like everybody's favorite character, this eyeball with tentacles. So, and also another thing that Rob was saying was that their get out of jail free card for having a lot of characters do dumb things is because they were putting like 10, 11, 12-year-old minds into adult bodies. So you got characters that kind of think they're invincible, not realizing, alien acid will still melt through your head.
Yep.
And things like that. The one thing I couldn't figure out was that the guy that made them, they call him the boy genius. In the first couple episodes, they showed you that they can see and hear everything through these hybrids' eyes and ears. But then at some point, they just kind of forgot about that. So, the hybrid characters, they're plotting, having conversations that if the characters in charge of the facility on the island were aware of, they would have been able to shut down a lot of things that came back to hurt them later. And I'm thinking to myself, you showed us, the audience, that you can hear and see whatever these characters hear and see anytime you want to, and then they just dropped it after the first couple episodes. And I don't know if I missed some subplot where they were able to deactivate those abilities so that their overseers couldn't keep eyes on them. I know at one point they shut off some of the characters' trackers, but they never said anything about shutting off the ability to view everything that they were seeing. So I thought that was a big missed plot point, and it was a big oversight in my eyes, because logically you can see everything that's being plotted against you. You'd be able to shut it down, and eventually, like happens in all these types of shows and movies, the bad guys get their comeuppance, usually because of like dumb things. In the beginning, they show you like I'm the Lord and Savior of this island, and I control everything. And then they just kind of forget they have control over everything, and just kind of let dumb shit happen behind their backs. It's like, yeah, obviously, like, this character isn't right. They're going to be plotting on you, and if you take certain freedoms away from characters and treat them poorly, they're going to revolt against you. But you kind of just let them have free roam and like not really check in on what they're doing, even though you showed us you had the ability to do so. But beyond that, it was entertaining. It asked interesting questions, and didn't try to give a definitive answer. Just kind of left you to think about what makes a sentient being human or not. Yeah, me and the wife had a good time watching it, and had a good dose of gore whenever they had those action scenes with the xenomorph.
I think it's Oculus. That was the name of the eyeball thing, I think. That's what I looked up. I don't know if did they give it like a pet name.
There was
like
a nickname. There was like a nickname going around.
Okay,
online.
I didn't see it, and I'm thinking either it was implied or they showed it. But I think when Wendy started figuring out she can control the cameras and stuff, I think that's when they were able to stop them from being monitored.
Okay.
But I don't know if it was explicitly said or if they kind of implied it with her being able to manipulate electronics and stuff.
And that was another thing, because they knew she could do that, because they knew she was watching her brother. So, like, why wouldn't you do anything to curtail that? Like, she's got abilities that we didn't know she was going to have, even though we're the ones that built her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, your point still stands for sure, but I'm struggling to remember if they explicitly said something about them not following them anymore, or if they found a way to like black it out or something.
Yeah, and if they had noticed, hey, we can't see what they're seeing anymore, we can't hear what they're talking about,
we need to reboot them or something.
Let's bring them back in the lab and reboot them. Yeah. But still good, entertaining.
And Robin, did you watch the show also?
Yeah, I did. The gore was great. I was like that feeling of the kind of class battle, us versus them, rich versus working class in that alien universe. The thing that stuck out to me, aside from I think it was the eye midge was the nickname for the eyeball creature. Midge, yeah. Timothy Oliphant looked ridiculous. He looked like a sexy Q-tip. You know what it is, man? I just, coming from that era of Aliens and Predator and that sci-fi realm, I love seeing this stuff on TV. I love seeing these movies come back to the theaters. Super stoked for the Romulus sequel. I'm super stoked for the Predator stuff coming out. I had a great time with it. It took a different direction than I thought it would, and like the end of the series, or I guess the end of the the run of the show kind of fell flat for me. But that was a common critique. I thought it was good. I really did, and it was gory. It was unnerving. My girlfriend won't watch any of that stuff, and I had a blast with it. So it was cool. It was super cool.
I have to again, I haven't been reading a lot right now, and I haven't been watching a lot of the new stuff, and you guys are making me feel bad, so I have a couple of things to watch. So the next thing wanted to get into, and I can't bring much to this conversation either because of it's just been busy for me. Is Gen V, and I will say I did watch the first episode, and we talked about this a little bit on the last podcasts, and that's these long breaks between shows. I really liked Gen V the first season. I really did. Thought it was interesting. The whole thing, like The Boys in general, I think that franchise is doing really well on Amazon. That being said, watching the second season, I didn't know what the fuck was going on because it's been so long since I had watched the first season, and I only watched it once. Normally, some of these shows I've watched certain seasons multiple times, episodes multiple times, but I was lost. So I will have to put this on the to-do list too, and I'm going to throw it over to Rob to talk about it because I only watched one episode and I was lost. So go ahead, Rob.
We can keep it pretty brief. It's more of the boys, it's more kind of taking their commentary into the colleges. They had to deal with the death of one of the actors between seasons. I forget his name, but it was Polaris' son. He died in a motorcycle accident on his way to filming this season, so they had to, remove him from the show and make it part of the show, his actual death. It's still the it's the boys' universe. It's funny, it's gross. There's a lot of unnecessary nudity, I feel. But I mean that just goes with the boys, There's just dong everywhere, and we didn't really need to see a guy sitting down onto a toilet like full ass and everything, and that's all in there too. But the creative use of powers, these guys act like kids, like early 20s with superpowers. I guess it raises some stakes for when the boys do come back, considering the power level of some of these kids might be rivaling that of Homelander. It'd be interesting to see if that comes anything, or if it's going to stay kind of. There's been a couple crossover. We saw Homelander a little bit in last season, and we saw Starlight, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
In the season for a bit. We see the Deep show up every here and there. Some other just tertiary characters showing up. But to see if these characters, make it into the Seven or into Butcher's little band of misfits. It'll be interesting to see where they go with it. So far, it's good though. I'm enjoying it and what they've done with the characters and what they've done with some of the minor characters that were introduced in the original Boys, giving them some more fleshed out, like the senator's daughter with the tentacle teeth. She's a player in the season now.
Terrence, Robin, you guys have been watching also?
Negative.
No, but since Rob mentioned full ass and dong, I'm gonna have.
And again, I like the Boys franchise. I think the main show has been like brilliant from start to finish, and I liked the first season of Gen V. I just have to do a better job of putting time aside to watch it. There are a bunch of shows I'm behind on, and I know I can do it because if another season of You dropped, I would make time to watch that. So I gotta put that time together and watch it. So I'll be ready next time on one of these shows. Probably Gen V. Gentlemen, we have hit all the check marks on the to-do list. You guys, you doing anything? Reading anything? What you guys watching? Any scary movies for Halloween season, spooky season, as some call it?
Not yet. I have picked up a couple books. I got the Absolutes trades, so I got Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman Absolutes, and I guess they're apparently crossing over right now with the regular universe, which is kind of weird. They just came out, so it's kind of odd that, or I mean, they've been out for about a year now, but it's kind of weird that they're crossing over. But I'll be interested to see that. when it comes out. I bought the first issue of Red Hood, the one that got canceled because of
Me too.
political reasons. And I bought the Batman Deadpool. I still need to sit around and get the read the digital version because I want to keep that one sealed up. But beyond that, no, I'm not reading anything. I'm just kind of watching whatever's on right now until it ends. I think Peacemaker is probably the last thing I was watching right now.
What about you, Robin? What you got going on?
Peacemaker was the last thing I watched. It's getting close around Halloween time. I usually watch every year I'll watch the animated Castlevania on Netflix.
That's a good pick.
Because one of my favorites. I laugh every time because it's just so good, but Dracula has a handlebar mustache. And I just can't take it seriously. But I'll do that, and then I'll play Symphony of the Night. It's like one of my favorites. And then I'll finish that out with rewatch of Beetlejuice. The first one, not the second one.
I have no want to watch that movie. Like, I haven't even made an effort, and I love the first movie.
Yeah, it's an unnecessary sequel. I hear it's okay, but like, if it ain't broke, like you don't need to. Like,
I've mentioned it a couple times. Like, sequels, like, there's a window. If it doesn't happen between this amount of time, like, just forget about it. Like,
yeah,
just don't.
Yeah, unnecessary.
All right. What about you, Terrence?
Just to piggyback off of that for a second, I haven't seen the second one, but just from what I heard about it, I'm just so tired of all these legacy sequels, like 30 or 40 years later, where the character is like divorced and having issues with their kid, and I'm just like, why can't some of these people just be fucking happy? Why, like why? It's just like when they bring back Star Wars and like apparently Leia and Han were the worst parents ever, and then they get fucking killed off by their kids. Like why do we keep bringing back these characters in such depressing fashion? Indiana Jones, his fucking kid dies off screen in the Vietnam War. Like, why? What?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to bring Shia LaBeouf back. Like, obviously he wasn't going to come back. He's not doing action movies anymore. But you can just have some mention that, oh yeah, he's off living life with his family or whatever. Like, or don't mention him at all. But like, everything, it's got to be, let's bring back these characters and make them burnt out losers, and they can't get along with their kids, or the kid died, and just like,
I want to cut in there real quick because you mentioned Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf would just appear in movies too right now. like I didn't even know he was fucking in this movie, and like he's there, and I just wanted to say that because that's the funniest thing about him now. He just appears, and he's not even like the co-star. He's like 2 over from the co-star, and he's there. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. Sorry.
No, they didn't even cast him. He just shows up.
He's just on set one day.
He's just fucking there.
Terrence is absolutely true. Top Gun Maverick. Like, Goose's kid is pissed off at friggin', Maverick. And it's just like, come on, man.
Now, for me, that was an exception. That was a good sequel to me. That was a good sequel.
Yeah, that one actually worked for me.
It was good, but I mean, still the same theme of I'm pissed off at you because my dad's dead.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Nobody's happy.
Has anybody been mad at somebody that amount of... That's a long time to be mad at somebody. Like, you just must be tired all the time. Like, that's a lot of energy. I did like that movie until Jay ruined it. He's like, it's just the plot of Star Wars. I forgot which one. And I'm like, Jay, please. Like, I like this movie. I still like it. I really do like that.
I love it.
Yeah, and
I like it a lot better than the first one. I was never a big fan of the first one. Nah, not really. Nah, never really did it for me. But Maverick, that did it for me. I was like, yes,
I
love this. I forgive every fault there is. Like, just turn my brain off and just have a good time. Let the vibes carry me away.
You didn't like the Val Kilmer action from the first one? Like to me, that's
I like moments. I like moments in the first one, but the first one, just I have no nostalgia for it.
Okay.
Yeah. But as far as Halloween vibes go, watching the new season of Monster, the Ed Gein story. So, if you guys don't know anything about him, he killed a couple people. Unconfirmed that he killed more, and also he used to steal bodies out of graves, and he would make, I guess he was inspired by the Holocaust, so he would make things like lampshades out of the skin, stuff like that. So very disturbing.
Whole barn full of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Crap.
I mean, it's very exaggerated because it's Ryan Murphy, so,
yeah.
It's pretty much a lot of the commentary in it is saying that he pretty much inspired every like serial killer horror movie there is. Like, he inspired Psycho, and he inspired the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah. Even though, what I read, he never used a chainsaw ever. So, but it's almost like the movies inspired this more than the actual stories of his life that you can put together from, reading any documentary or any type of like police interviews about him. Mm-hmm. Seems like those, like Ryan Murphy decided to kind of interweave these things and have like movies kind of inform us more about his life, and it just gets really silly. I'm not liking as much as I did the other ones, like Dahmer.
Oh,
but
Dahmer was,
yeah. But I still haven't finished it yet. But I can't say it got spoiled for me because we already know what happened to the guy. Mm-hmm. But as far as Ryan Murphy's take on it, some of it got spoiled for me, and I don't even know if I want to watch it anymore because I don't know. It looks like it gets really, 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 really goofy, and I'm just like, I already know what the guy did. I know how his life ends. I don't know if I want to watch this anymore, but I might watch it just to have something to do with my wife. I don't want to tell her, just finish it on your own. But as far as horror related, or somewhat horror related, that's the only thing I got going on right now. But as we get deeper into the month, I'll be, whatever happens to pop up, I'm sure, there's going to be Halloween marathons, and I'll watch them all except for the Rob Zombie ones. Even the bad ones, I'll watch Resurrection, Buster.
I just saw the clip when the other day I posted it when he was kung fu fighting Jason in that house. Busta Rhymes,
motherfucker.
Yeah, he's one of the worst like rapper actors like all time. Like, he's really bad. And I don't know if you guys saw Shaft or Samuel L. Jackson. Yo, he was terrible. He was the worst. He was terrible. He was bad.
He's up there. I didn't care for Ja Rule either. Like, he was.
Oh, you talking about in Fast and the Furious?
No.
What else was he in?
It was.
Steven Seagal.
I thought Ja Rule did a movie with Steven Seagal.
He did.
Yeah, I think that was Half Past Dead.
Yeah. I'm mad you know the name.
I just remember being really pissed that I sat through like the whole thing.
Busta Rhymes Shaft is so like, he was just screaming the whole movie like, Shaft, what the fuck are we gonna do? And he was just yelling the whole time. It's like, oh my god, please stop. And then he was in that. Was that H2O? Was that H2O?
That was Resurrection.
Okay, and he was just bad. He was stick to rapping. Like, I won't take that from you there. I did watch that movie Weapons that came out. I did see that last month. That was a bizarre movie. It was good. It was a good movie, but man,
my dad asked me how that was because I told him I went to see it, and I said my dad's 75, so I was like, It's good, but there could be some moments that kind of take you out of it, especially at the end. So
Yeah.
it was good for me, but I don't know about your sensibility.
And isn't that a funny position you're in with your parents? You're like, I don't know if you can watch this. Because, you know, they get offended and can't handle certain things. Like, why? My dad will be like, why is this in the movie? He'll say that quick. Like, why is this in the movie?
I was like, there's some things that are going to happen that are kind of like funny, but
it was funny.
At the same time.
It was funny, and then the end result was like, Jesus Christ. Rob's. I'm just gonna say Rob's. Did you guys? Did you watch Weapons?
No, I haven't gotten to it. I've been in the theater in a while. Honestly, the last thing I think I watched was.
It's streaming.
Oh, it's streaming. What is it on?
I rented it off Amazon.
Okay.
And that was a couple.
Feels like something that'll show up on HBO, probably.
Yeah, it should be.
It's like Barbarian and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Naked Gun was the only thing that I watched recently.
I saw that.
Pretty hilarious.
Okay, good. I saw that was streaming, and that movie, Him with Marlon Wayans, that's coming to streaming next week. They just had a premiere last weekend for that, that movie.
Was flipping out because they got beat by the Demon Slayer and Infinity Castle.
Yeah.
Fuck anime.
Yeah. So like they fooled us. Like I thought, what's his name? Peel. I thought he was actually directing it. He's just producing it. They threw his name in there. They almost got us until the facts started coming out closer to the movie. And you know,
yeah, I couldn't get past the trailer on that one. I really couldn't understand what it was about. It's like, is this a football movie or
this shit look crazy? Like even the trailer looked crazy. It's like I'm going to watch this in the middle of the afternoon. Like I don't even want to watch this like at night. Like you know, put the kids and the wife to bed. Like I watch
like the Jacob's Ladder of sports movies. But I spoiled it for myself because I kind of had a feeling that it was going to be dumb, and I'm glad I didn't see it because
you WikiLeaked it.
Yeah, I was like, too. I would have been pissed off if I watched this whole thing just for that.
Yeah, I did it too. I read the whole plot and I was just like, what? Then I saw it was streaming. I was like, good, because I'm not paying for this movie. Like anything extra, like you know. So,
but they say Marlon's amazing though. That's
yeah. But the story, you know how it is here. That's what we all care about. Like it's got to make sense here. But yeah, what have I watched? I was in the middle of watching Blade. I was watching Blade. Wesley was so good in that. I watched The Great Pumpkin. The kids earlier this week, and damn, what was that other movie? I watched something else. I don't remember. Oh, Vampire Hunter D: Bloodlust. I did watch that last weekend, and I want to get to the more gory stuff. My son's at this period now, like in Robin. I don't know if you have any kids, but Terrence, when your son is attached to your hip, in the beginning he's with mom. He's with mom. Then now he's with dad. Like dad does cooler things. That's really the truth. And like kids start to see it. Like I'm starting hanging with dad. Dad don't really care that I'm doing this or whatever. Like just be quiet when he says. My son's in my side, but he's in my hip right now, and like I'm grateful for that. But I can't watch nothing. Like so, I was like, you can't watch this. Like, and so like I gotta wait till he goes to sleep or he finds something else to do. But right now, like that's my partner right now, and I can't get to the movies that I want to with him sitting like somewhere close. Like he's on the Switch, but like I'm watching. I'm watching Blade when they cook the guy on the beach in the sunlight, and like my son's sitting there looking. I had to fast forward that. I was like, no nightmares tonight. So
you know what? You know what's funny?
What's that?
Nobody looked out for us like that back in the day.
No,
they just let us watch whatever the fuck we wanted, like Aliens, fuck me up when I was a kid.
Freddy Krueger,
like Freddy Krueger, man.
My mom's like, well, I'm just watching this. Like, y'all, I don't know what you're going to do. Yeah, like, I don't know what you're going to do. Like,
I was watching everybody get blown away in RoboCop.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my mom was all on that. She was a teacher. You know what I mean? And she, like you said, these movies would just be on. There was no warning. Like, what's the show? Tales from the Dark Side. She watched them joints. Had us sitting there. Like, I remember running and hiding when I heard that music come on. Tales from the Crypt. Well, that was a little older, but still that one. This one more I'm forgetting. One of those type of shows.
Monsters?
What is it? The Twilight Zone?
That started right after Tales from the Dark Side. We had I think it had the same producer. That started after Tales from the Dark Side ended its run.
Tales from the Dark Side is creepy as shit. But yeah, nobody was looking out. You got a good point there. Like, nobody was looking out for us. All right, well, this was a good show. Robert, we're glad to have you back. Somewhere to the point, I'm going to have to ask Robert to let you know. Like, we got to check your availability. We appreciate you being here. And Terrence, glad to see you back, sir.
Glad to be back.
Rob, of course, is a pleasure, and we're going to wrap it up here. And we'll see you next time. I can't keep saying LeVar Burton's close.
Can't sign off.
You can't see that. I got to come up with something. But good night, Multiverse. Remember to subscribe, and I'm about to say it again. Peace out. I'll leave it there. Peace out.
Good night, everybody.
Deuces.
Take care.